That's much more like it. Look at that. They've been absolutely eviscerated. Now, we're going to switch just fire now to the militia. They're going to give us some problems. Got to distract them. Come on, gentlemen. Come on now. Greetings and welcome to episode 55, my Empire Total War Darth mod, Knights of St. John campaign. This, my friends, how we left it last time, where we've taken Philadelphia. We've finally captured the second major production centre here of the 13 colonies. We've effectively broken the 13 colonies now. We have the major cities in our grasp, and we really need to push these for my friends. We need to really ramp the production up on these now, get the economy flowing again as well. Although we still got the 13 colonies to deal with, they still have control of Maryland, Virginia, and they also have the Carolinas down here. We will probably be sending in some armies, maybe an army group down to conquer each one as is, and also clear up some of these other forces. We've got this army here. Although we're not in the best of shape here, it's still going to pose a threat to us if it's able to sort of sally behind our lines and harass us, as it were, our cities and our towns, our factories. We've got to be very careful what we're doing here. We do have here our allies, the Mokar Empire, perhaps going to push in here and deal with them. I believe that the Mokars are at war with, Spain. So they're not at war with 13 colonies at all. So it looks like this can be left to us. It looks like they might be defending their own territory here. But our expansion has been rapid. We took the chance here to move against the 13 colonies and sort of catch them on the hop, as we catch them by surprise. It worked an absolute treat. The real fight we had was here in Philadelphia, but we did manage to really suppress those armies were moving in to support the garrison here in Philadelphia. Luckily, we took them before the reinforcements were able to arrive. We dispatched the reinforcements as well, and now the city is firmly under our control. But it looks like we are going to get some rebellions here. Look at that, down to 478, the economy here. So the income is taking quite a hit here, but that's because we've got these buildings still to be repaired. We might have to re-establish the fortifications here. They did take quite a thumping once we blew a couple of holes in them to gain access to the main fort itself. Again, we have Albany here in New York, which is going to be fully replenished. Also, we should have Boston and also the army inside of coming up here. Look at that. These armies here are an absolute joy to see. As you can see, we've got this fleet here firmly pinned down here, but as you can imagine, my ability... Oh, we've got that navy trapped in here, so that's excellent to see. My naval capacity is poor, to say the least. We've also got here Arcadia, which is the final sort of part of the jigsaw here in the sort of the east here. As you can see at the tip, we've also got, as you can see here, Newfoundland's on our control here. We've got the Inuits here. We're at the peace with those. We are going to take Arcadia. Now, we are probably going to take this fight, because if we don't take the fight ourselves, we allow things to sort of progress naturally, we will lose substantially more troops than we need to. We need every single one of our troops, every single one of our regiments in the best condition they can be, because not only do we have the Dutch Empire expanding into North America itself, so all of North America can't be ours unless we dispatch these three regions here, which is Georgia, Teleco and Chicasa here, which are now under Dutch control. We've also got the Mughal Empire, who've established themselves deep here within the Canadian and also within North America itself. But also, look at the sheer magnitude here of the Dutch Empire. It is vast. I cannot understate how incredible. They've even... Wow, I didn't even see this. They've taken Komi and Tataria as well in the meantime. They've effectively rolled up the entirety here of the Russian Empire. Russia is effectively gone. They've only got Karelia, Archangel up here. They've got the Don, Astrakhan here, and they've got Chechnya here as well. That's it. That's all they've got left. And I think they've got Finland here as well. But to be honest with you, the Dutch Empire is extraordinary. I've never seen anything like it. Never. The production economic power of the Dutch is formidable, to say the least. Now, we do have, thankfully, a good base here, a good production base here in the sort of the south of the subcontinent. But we do have a number of Dutch fleets here which can pose a huge problem to us, particularly our trade lines along here. We might have to bring in some more additional fleets here to aid us. We do have this fleet here, and it does have quite a bit of experience, but again, they're not going to be able to stand up to the Dutch. The Mughals, though, do have some wonderful ships to line here, but I can't see the Mughals moving against the Dutch. No one in their right mind is going to at the moment. That's just going to be a fact. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think the Ottomans have also moved against the Russians as well, because I'm pretty sure the Russians had some of this in the, because Esfahan is sort of by itself. So I'm pretty sure the Ottomans have also moved against the Russians as well, which we also didn't spot. Indeed. So I think they've taken Azerbaijan and Georgia from the Russians. Wow, plot thickens, my friends. But that's excellent for us because we do have a very good relation with the Ottomans. You can see here we've got a good trading community. 30,000 gold comes in every turn, or every year, should I say. So that's that's looking excellent for us. And it's a stable Ottoman Empire means stability for our finances as well, because they're our sort of closest major trading partner. As you can see, look at that. That's a lot of money coming in here. And look at that there. When these two combine, which we can't quite see here, but that's over 100,000 coming in just in trade alone. But the Dutch are going to be a problem here. They've pretty much got most of these regions absolutely. Look at that. Oh, that's extraordinary forces they've got available to them. Look at this. It's absolutely jammed to the rafters with troops. But we've got to focus on our own mission here. We've also luckily got most of the Caribbean, or the main islands in our control as well. Our fingers are in many pies here, just as well, to be honest with you, because otherwise I think the Dutch would just run rampant over everyone. But let's get ourselves up and running here. We've got tenanted farms here. Also, let's get the mine up and running here as well. That's good for regional growth. Now, what we will do is we will wait for one of these armies to be fully replenished, and then we will move it to engage. Look at that, down to 18 men here. You can see the fighting here, Bill. It's been absolutely brutal. Look at that, down to 18 grenadiers. It's been extraordinary fighting, it really has. Of course, we've got the port here cut off, but we'll deal with that once we've got ourselves in good order. They've also got this army, this one commander and his sort of remnants of his regiment left here to attack, but we shall deal with them as well. Now, thankfully, New York is fine with us being here, and so is Boston. Philadelphia might be a different proposition, but even then I think we're going to get that under control quite quickly. They don't seem to be too problematic with that, and same here as well. But we're going to take Arcadia here. Now we're going to take this fight. You might think, well man, look how small this force is, but I can guarantee you that if we didn't take this fight ourselves, if we did it and just let things happen as they were, we would lose far more men than you would normally do if you fought this manually. So we need to keep all the troops in good order, because we just don't know what the future holds, especially with the Dutch. The Dutch are scary, to say the least, but this is why we've moved against the 13 colonies, to get our own power base here, our own production and economic base on which to move from. Let's take the assault here. Let's assault Acadia. Excuse me, my friends, while I just take a beverage. Again, we're going to deal with these gentlemen very quickly, and then we can sort of settle down into getting ourselves and getting our what we've taken here under control. And again, then we're going to move further south and take what remains of the 13 colonies, bring all of that under our control, just in case the Dutch decide they can move in. As you can see, we've got this town here, really does break up a lot of our potential to advance. We have to advance from the edges here, but we'll definitely be using the cuirassiers here, 36th and 42nd regiments. I don't think we'll send any of these troops around. I think we'll hold some of the troops back, to be honest with you, because they're not going to be needed. We want, as I say, we want to keep as many of them in good shape as possible. And again, we'll send the cuirassiers, the 35th and 37th, on the flank here. And I think we'll send some additional troops in with them. I've only have a small detachment defending. Look at the guns we got here. I mean, that's extraordinary amount of guns we got here. We'll send the 101st and 100th regiments in here. Let's deal with these gentlemen as quickly as we possibly can and start building what we've got here in the North America. And we'll have the guns just slightly up out of the way here, out of the way of the village. We'll just put the general back here. With a small complement of defences. We'll present 107th up here, right on this front here. Now let's bring that's their line here for the shrapnel shot, which we'll keep it as. We've got the line, the quick line, which will do extraordinary damage. And let's just get our defences in order, and then we're going to take this battle, my friends, and deal with the remnants of the 13 colonies here. And then we should probably move and deal with the rest eventually as well that are left over from those battles. We don't want them harassing and haranguing our back lines. And let's just set them up here. Okay, on the right. Now, one more regiment, 101st on the left. I think that will set us just right here. Come on, gentlemen, please. Thank you. That is excellent. We've got a good position here now. Cavalry on the left and right, and some infantry just to support. Let's push them hard here. Let's begin. Here we go. Oh, look at that, they got mortars. They've got mortars, which are the absolute bane, look at that. Crafty, very crafty indeed, look at that. Mortars are an absolute menace. I don't mind telling you that, my friends. Look at that. We've already lost 21 men already to mortars. And then they can fire so fast as well. Look at that, hidden. It's gotta be, it has to be native. Yes, it is. Musket men, look at that. They can hide, see, that's it. Gotta be careful with the native musket men, you really do. Laying down some beautiful fire there, look at that. Got them. Don't show any mercy here at all. Look at that, we've lost, look how many men we've lost here, but we've lost far fewer than we would have if we hadn't done this ourselves here. Look That's a wondrous sight, look at that. On a real sort of hazy morning. Early in the morning here, look at that. I don't know what they're doing, but they're just... Oh, look at that. Native bowman hidden there as well. Come on, gentlemen. Got them. Come on, break them, lads. Let's get him. Don't give them any time to respite here. No respite, gentlemen. Look at that. We've absolutely eviscerated them here. They're good fighters, hand-to-hand fighters. The natives, Indians, they really are exceptional, probably the best in the world at hand-to-hand fighting. Absolutely extraordinary, mealy hand-to-hand fighters, the native Indians. Come on, lads, let's deal with these cavalry here now. Come on, we're cuirassiers. They're shaken. They've been shattered, utterly shattered here. They're gonna go. They're gonna go. Yes, General's gone. Edward Palmer gone. There he is. Chase them. Don't just stand there, gentlemen. Chase them down. Clear this city. Yes, we've done it. Excellent fight, excellent victory, quick, efficient. That's more like 186 lost. Now that's still a good number there, but we would have lost them over 1,000 easily if they had 90,000 men. So look at the statistics here. The cavalry done the bulk of the work. Yes, indeed, the cuirassiers did most of the damage here. That's a wonder. That is an absolute wonder. Acadia is now under our control, exactly as we needed and wanted it. Let's bring this army to full strength. All these armies must be brought to full strength as soon as possible. We've got 19,000 coming in next turn. That's a little bit disconcerting there. It must be because... yeah, our Trade United Provinces is being quashed. We have got a huge trade system, massive trade system, but United Provinces is probably our most important exporter. up there with, or the Ottoman Empire is huge, 28,000. But I think the United Provinces is even more than that. But hopefully we can manage now until they do some more. I think we're in the turn here, my friends. How is our research going here? We need to focus more on our textiles and definitely in metal industry as well. Our research is far behind the others. Mind you, we did focus on our military tree here quite aggressively. We've ignored most of this, which we can't really afford to do now, and also we've done philosophy as well. Abolition of slavery is the last one. Absolutely, it's one of the best laws to be bringing into fruition. Power loom, which should help quite considerably, I think, with our factories and textiles. Indeed, look at that, 20%, 12%, that's incredible. 20% in boost is going to really help us a lot. Right, let's end the turn. Let's see what happens. Let's see what comes out of here. Ah, of course, we are. Also, we have Morocco, which I forgot about. Which we must replenish there. Right, the provinces, look at that. It's extraordinary. It looks like they're going to head towards Finland now. I can't see Russia surviving much longer, to be honest with you, my friends. It's going to be absolutely steamrolled by the Dutch, which I've never seen before, ever. Spain, which is an ally of ours, we're just staying on good terms with them, but how Spain hopes to even defend against the United Provinces, I got no idea. Russia, unless Russia can pull something out of the hat here, it's going to be curtains for them, I think. Sweden, 13 colonies. I'll probably have to, yeah, there they are. They're going to hit one of our trade routes. Yeah, here we go. And they also, yes, I thought so. They're going to start hitting some of our. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where are those new Spain armies going? A lot of movement here by allies and others, which we've got to keep an eye on here. Because sometimes you can gain too much power, and some of the even your allies thinking, hang on, you're getting a little bit too much here. Now we know, I doubt very much the Mughal empires would take our side in a war against the Dutch. I just can't see it happening. Because I think the Dutch are probably one of the biggest trade partners for anybody in the world. Anybody's got a trade agreement with the Dutch are going to be making some serious gold. The Ottomans are also there or thereabouts, but that's excellent. That's a nice. There it is. There it is. We knew that was on its way. Look at that. This army now is at full strength. What we will do, I think, is we'll -3. I think what we'll do is we'll just. Actually, that's excellent. What we'll do, we'll recruit a few more colonial dragoons here. That should bring it under control because we do have the military crackdown here as well, and also the religious unrest is going to be folding as well. Oh, look at that army there. That's a real wonderful army. We're at peace with Venice, which I want to try and keep for the time being at least. We've got 82,000. I do beg your pardon, sir. That must mean the Dutch managed to repay that trade. Indeed, 40,000. Look at that for the Dutch. My goodness me. Even without, because I mean, the depth of this signifies how long you've had a trade agreement. So the larger this block looks, the more time's gone past, because trade increases as time goes past. So as you can see, the bonus income to this here for us is 14,625. Because we've had a trade agreement so long, the longer we've had it, you get more. You get a bonus income from that length of time. So the longer you have with a country, the bigger the bonus of income. Look how small this is down here with the Dutch. It's 3,458 our bonus income. And that means we've only had an agreement with them for a very short time. Imagine if we had an agreement of this magnitude. I'd imagine this here would probably be about 40 to 50,000 in gold. That's no exaggeration, because if that's 14,000 and we've only got 19,000 here from Spain, look at that. 18,000 here for 28,000. I reckon this would be about 40 to 50,000 the bonus, or pushing close to it. That's how powerful the Dutch are, and you've just got to pick your moment when you go to war with them, because if you go to war with the Dutch, you're losing 40,000. So 40,000 of our income here would be lost. So we'd be down to 60,000. Although we would be okay because we were still managing, even with that. Then we've got Tunis here as well, and Tunis is not in. Oh, that's why I clamour for reform. But they'll just have to manage that. As you can see, we've got. We could effectively just have no tax coming in, but I don't want to do that yet. We want to build it. We haven't got to the point where we can afford to pay no tax, but I'm just going to. I don't know what we want to do. We wanted to send. I wanted to send this into the sort of this Italian north here to see what's here from the Dutch. Yeah, that's as we expected. Armies galore. Look at this. Very powerful forces indeed. Very powerful. I know they've got some conscripts here, but still. We've got our own force here, just waiting here to be as a backup, as it were. We've only look at that. London still isn't in our control. This has been going on for decades. This rebellion. Decades. The growth here has been stifled because of it. The clamour for reform is what's doing it. These schools here are doing it. The university now is doing it. Us was doing it here. Oh, look at that there. The rebellions have been an absolute menace. Thankfully, we've got the forces in here to deal with it. But if we were to build this, look at that, -6, it would just effectively topple us into probably a never-ending cycle of rebellions, which we don't want. Now, workers are in pencil, of course, but look how long that didn't last very long, did it? Didn't last long at all. Right, let's get everything up to, because we've got these now upgraded. We need ordnance. What about here in Boston? Probably Boston's got no England. Rioters, yep, as we expected. Here in York. Yeah, so that here in York was hit by rioters, and Morocco, the ironworks. There it is, that was it. Because of the rebellion, but that's almost under control here. Again, we've just got to manage these rebellions as best we can. We're not giving up Morocco though. Hopefully we get into control. We allied with Spain, but as you can see here, Austria is still a formidable foe. Let's have a look at the Dutch here, how much more they've done, much more damage. Well, they've taken everything else. They haven't taken Bakashira here or Astrakhan here. I don't think they're too far away from, so we'll just follow the trajectory here of the Dutch. Let's see if we can see what's going on with them here. I mean, who's going to stop these forces? Look at this, all the way through here. We'll follow the road here all the way to Komi. Wow. Look at these Dutch armies. Look at that. They've just steamrolled everything in their path. I have never seen anything like this before, ever. I mean, even down, look, even here, they're all... Wow. They're already here in Orsk. The Dutch. I've already hit this here. I wouldn't be surprised... Ufa, Bashakira here doesn't fall very, very soon. They have taken over the entirety of the Russian Empire effectively. Let's just remove these. Minus what? Having too much of a good time in Edinburgh by the looks of it. Yep. And -1. It's -3 in battles. Wow. Of course, we've got another army here, which we're moving into position here to help. This army here we've sent. We're going to send. We might send them down into. Oh, look at that. think we might move him into Maryland here. What's Maryland doing here? It's only 20. War weariness, -10 or -3. We've absolutely crushed them here. We really have. I think we'll send them. Yeah, I think we'll send them down to Maryland. Straight off the march. I'm not sure if there's anything in Virginia, but we'll soon find out. A small force, but nothing to worry about there. And again, look at that. They've been hit so hard by the war. But we are going to be taking all of the remainder of the 13 colonies' lands. We've got nothing coming in out of here yet. I'd have thought there that Lewes would have been already in good order there, but still, nope. Boston also. So I think we're going to start building our military might here from Boston and from Philadelphia. I think that's going to prove incredibly vital for us to do so. Infrastructure, look at that, they haven't even got the infrastructure up here either. Wow, no wonder things have been struggling here. The infrastructure here is appalling. What have they been doing here? The infrastructure is absolutely crucial, critical. We've got it there in Arcadia, the furthest region. This region here, the furthest away from anything, has got the best infrastructure. That's why their income is suffering so much. They haven't invested in their income, in their infrastructure. Hopefully now with better infrastructure, as you can see here, it gives you the improved movement spat, but also the +5 here to turn to town wealth in the region. So that all adds up. 5, 10, 15, it's like effectively 20 to the town wealth here. That's a real shocker right there, that is, my goodness me. And what will I be able to get here from the drill school here? Grenadiers. Then from the academy we should be able to get a lot more here. But I think Boston's going to be probably going to be our main hub. Colonial line, as long as we get colonial line infantry from here, that'll be absolutely fine. Now furs, definitely need to get the furs expanding here as well. And here, oh, the mine here, that's excellent. 800, what will the furs give us here? 40 additional felts. Oh, look at that. Great estates. Oh, we haven't got the machine tools yet for the lumber mill. What will lumber mill bring in for us? Plus 1,200 to the region. That's extraordinary. We need to absolutely maximise every single piece of gold we can get here. Every single piece of gold. The naval board. Oh, will give us marines. I think so. I think we've got everything we can do here. This region here, remain. It doesn't really give us any infrastructure or anything added to us here, but what it does do is it enables us to just bring this under control. More strategic. This is more of a strategic objective here. Maryland, I beg your pardon. It doesn't really give us much, but in terms of production, but it does give us that strategic value to cut off what's going on here. They must have an agreement with the Mughal Empire, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, no, they don't. So where is this going? Of course it's going still. They still control it, of course. It's all going back and forth over Maryland here. Now, that's being built. We'll get the fisheries up here as well, because we do need that additional population growth, and also excellent, they've been done as well in Morocco, so we've got those palatial estates. Algiers is well defended here. Almost under control. The growth here, though, is really poor. Got allies here, New Spain. I think we might start improving our naval fleets, because if we go to war with Dutch, we're going to be hit pretty hard. Fourth rate. We need to... Let's get some more fourth rates in. Just so we can not overpower them, but outnumber them in terms of local fights. I've got this... I think we just check down in Vienna as well. We're going to make sure we got some good intel coming in here. Actually, no, I think we'll check out what's going on in Berlin. Pretty quiet in this front here. The way I say that is because I know the number of the council have been saying, Malin, if you're going to attack, you might want to attack along the coast here. I mean, Gdansk, Königsberg, because that might be their weakest point. And to be honest with you, I think the council is right here. Yes, they are. The council is once again absolutely spot on. They don't have anything defending these coastlines here at all. Now, what they have in Königsberg, that would be vital because Königsberg is effectively the main hub here. I know they have Warsaw, but if you're going to attack the coast, then you need a bridgehead, somewhere you can land and sort of hunker down around a major production centre, and that would be Königsberg. If it's not defended very well, then we're just looking for the future of what we might be able to strike in and against. Amsterdam would be a tough prospect to take. Look how much money we're getting here. 40,000, my goodness me, it's extraordinary. Our exports of them are just phenomenal. We do have a fleet here. It composes a lot of first rate, some fifth rates here as well, and some galleons. I'm going to keep one army here as well. I think that's all we can do for the moment at least. Province unfriendly, that's a surprise. Minus 51. Trade agreement is probably keeping us here, but territorial expansion is minus 45, so they're not really friendly with Sweden. Again, a military alliance is the only thing keeping them on our side. Mind you, Spain are absolutely fantastic with this. Ottomans, yeah, 289. The Moghals, 300 plus 329, that's incredible. So we're friendly with two of the major powers that are still effectively left here. I'm just wondering how long the Russians have left. That'll be a real... We'll keep an eye on that. We'll just end the turn here. I think we'll just end the turn here, my friends. It might be the last turn here. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Not a chart. That's a lot they're going to give us here, but I don't mind a military alliance, but I don't want to give any of this away for it. Now this with Austria. Now who are they at war with? They've got no enemies at all, so that wouldn't be too bad at all. That's fine, but I'm not giving away the Leeward Islands. Not a chance. And the problem is we're just keeping an eye on movement. Look at that, they're sending a lot of troops around here. They've got utter control of all they see. The Dutch, everything here is fully under their control. It's extraordinary to witness a nation that started off with one region that now is effectively master of all of Europe and almost all of Russia. It looks like they're sending more and more troops eastward. It looks like they've got other plans. Perhaps Finland. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought Finland had fallen then for a moment, but it hasn't. I think Sweden are just waiting for the Dutch to do their thing, because the Dutch have actually given some of Central Europe to the Swedes. So I think that was probably in payment in lieu, as it were, for them taking everything else. Dutch are playing a very smart, very, very smart game here, because they've given the Swedes land and probably said to them, don't touch anything else, we'll give you this, but don't go after any of the Russian lands, that's ours. And that's a very smart thing to do indeed. They really are absolutely at the pinnacle of their power now, the Dutch. As I said before, and I'll keep saying it, my friends, I've never seen anything like this before, ever. To this magnitude, ever. Spain, what was Spain? Well, Spain can't be doing anything against the Dutch. It's just not going to happen. As you can see, Russia, what can Russia do? I don't know. They could be completely obliterated. In fact, I think another region has fallen. Oh, look at that. Wait a minute. 13 colonies want a peace treaty. We might actually take this. Well, I think we'll take this because it'll give us time to replenish and repair here for our next phase of our combat. Also give us time to reconnoiter here. I think we'll take this.
Piantare le tende.
We'll take that. Let's get some peace here. We can just recuperate here and recharge and replenish. Afghanistan. That's absolutely fine, but it looks like now that we have got this army now is in the lands here in North America. We've got all of North America under our control here now. I don't like these gentlemen being here at all. We'll just move to one side to allow them to leave if they wish. We can upgrade this commercial port, bring more money in. And we're also going to replenish and repair what they've damaged. Here. Oh, a rebellion again in Britain. Look at that, and look at the army. Look at the armies able to bring in. It's extraordinary. We'll deal with that very soon now. And rebellion in Morocco again. Look at that there. They never seem to end. Right, secular humanism. That's excellent. I've got research here. So it looks like we've got everything we can do here. We've gone to fire and advance. Then we've got to shorten carbines. And I think then we'll get percussion shells and also then percussion cap. So misfires will be greatly reduced, but also we got percussion shells here. Explosive shells. Ooh. Then we can move to our navy. We do need to keep our navy up to scratch as well here. We've got all that, then we'll have to definitely turn into... Actually, we'll have Cambridge, I think. We're going to have Cambridge moving on to this. I think it's far more if we'll get machine tools. Take 9 years, but still, let's get them on that. Now, construction has been done in New York. Let's get all of this up to speed here. Everything's got to be absolutely maximised. We can't allow anything here to slip by. That's been done. Ah, there it is. Get all the farmlands moving up to full speed here as well. As I said, squeezing every ounce of gold that we can out of these. There's no point in commercial port here because nothing's happening here. This Plymouth is our main port off the Americas here. I think ultimately when we get all these freed up, this will become ours then. But so give us a chance to get hold of ourselves here a bit and make sure that everything is up to scratch. Look at that, these armies now are ready to go. But the blazes, why aren't these being replenished? The same here. What the blazes is going on here? But everything else I think is, yes, everything else is up to full strength, which is excellent. No, we're missing anything here, we're not upgrading. Everything has to be upgraded. Everything. Ah. Now that should be open again indeed, and so should this here. Yes. Looks like they came to us for peace. We'll take the peace for the moment because it suits us. It allows us to get ourselves back on our feet. That's how but we'll keep an army here just to make sure we keep them in line here. We're not going to allow them any respite at all. Once these are ready, they're also going to move them to the border because we will be attacking the 13 colonies again, taking the last remnants of what they have here. Excellent. Excellent. That's been dealt with. Oh, excellent. And plus 1 morale in battles. Now, let's deal with this because this is never ending. What we will do is we'll move this army away. We don't want it getting involved. This army is going to be used for adventures elsewhere. We'll move it here, just to the west of London, and then we shall move in here with this army. This is the fight we'll take next episode, my friends. Even now, it's dragging in the army from London. That's absolutely fine, but I think we've got enough here to deal with them. They've got some excellent troops here, but we're going to deal with this and the rebellion in Morocco. But my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. As always, my friends, thank you for your wonderful support and advice. It's been absolutely exceptional. It really, really has. Through this campaign and all others. Hope you're enjoying it, my friends. As always, please keep your comments coming down below. Your tactics and strategies, always wonderful to read. Absolutely brilliant to act upon as well, my friends. Thank you all again, also for your very kind words as well. But whatever you do, my friends, please be safe, especially in the times we're living in now. But until next time, bye for now.